Hello and welcome, my name is Amy Ash and in this video I'll be showing you how to apply a VFace displacement map onto your geometry in Zbrush. So in the pack you'll get this low-res retopologized version of the head scan. It's got very clean topology, which is great, but you'll see that it has no high-res details. However, if we try to apply the displacement map, the calibrated displacement map that's provided, what we'll find is it won't displace properly. So if I divide this to about 6 and we go into displacement and turn that displacement on, I've already loaded in the calibrated displacement map there. You'll see it's missing a whole load of detail in any cavity. This is because although Zbrush can read 32-bit maps, it can't read negative values in 32-bit maps. So we need to pre-process those maps so that it works properly in Zbrush. So let's see how we do that. The process in Photoshop is fairly straightforward, so let's start by opening the original calibrated displacement map that comes with the VFace pack. You'll want to leave this as alpha channel, so click OK. Give it a few seconds to load up because it's a large file. And the first thing we'll want to do is make sure that the information is in all three channels. Right now it's only in the red channel. You can see the green and blue are empty. So we come into channels here, click on the red channel, Control A to select all, Control C to copy, come into the green channel, Control V to paste, blue channel, Control V again to paste. And then before we move away from the channels palette, we want to come to the alpha channel here and delete that channel. And then you can see the information is in all the channels now. Next thing we want to do is come to image mode and switch this to grayscale. Click discard. And that removes any color information from it. And then what we want to do is add a adjustment layer. So come down to here, click on this button, and we want levels. And then what we need to do, again like we did in Nuke, is take the 0 value up to a mid value. So in output levels here, let's change this to 127 and then leave 255 as it is. We can then go into here and flatten the image. And then finally, we can go to image rotation, and flip canvas vertically. Again, to get around ZBrush's V-axis being flipped. So it's super quick and easy in Nuke, even if you don't know the software that well. So first thing we want to do is bring in the image. So you press Tab, and you can type in read. Obviously it's a previous format, so it's come up straight away. And select the XYZ disk calibrated MIF50 raw file and open that. Now remember, you can press Shift 1 at any time to bring it up in the viewer. And first node we want to drop is an expression node. So again, Tab, expression. And you'll want to rename this offset. And then what we want to do is come into the red channel here and put R plus 0.5. Again, Shift 1 so we can view that, and you can see that the 0 value has come up to 0.5. Next thing we want is a reformat node. And we want to firstly make sure output format is the correct resolution there, and then click flip, which will flip it vertically. Finally, we can set up the right node, and in here we want to make sure that the file type is EXR. We only want to output the red channel, so you can disable green and blue. And also want to make sure that this is raw data. So click raw data thing so that this color space box grays out. Switch it to 32-bit and compression to none. Then obviously you can set your file here. So let's call this just something similar, like processed nuke, and save, and then we can just click render. Done. So now we're ready to load the maps into ZBrush. So here I have my model again, and first thing we need to do is give it a texture map. So with a displacement map works. So come down to texture map here, click new texture. Next up, we can divide it a few times. So let's go to here and divide it up to 6. Finally, come down to displacement map, and this is where we want to import our map. So let's load in the Nuke one. So that's the map loaded in, and then we want to play around with the intensity slightly, so I would suggest putting this initially at around 0.1. There we go, you can see you've got all the detail coming through, there's no flat areas, everything's working as it should be, and we're getting a lot of definition there in all those details, which is great. Obviously you can play around with this value a little bit more if you wish. But what I prefer to do is perhaps have it on slightly stronger. And before you click apply displacement map, it's come up to layers. Create a new layer, and you can name that if you like. And then come down to displacement map and click apply displacement. So now it's applied that displacement to the mesh itself, and we can see it's working great. If we're still feeling this is a little bit heavy, I now have the ability to go into here and take down the intensity in the layer palette, which gives me a lot more flexibility. And obviously also I can just turn this layer off completely if I chose to. So it's a much less destructive way of working. And then we have it. There's our model with all of the detail on, looking resplendent. As you can see, it's really quick and easy to do this, and gives you a really good high resolution scanned head model. I hope this video has been useful. There's lots more documentation on how to use VFace on the TexturingXYZ website. My name is Amy Ash. I'm head of characters at Axis Studios in Glasgow. You can follow me on ArtStation and YouTube. Thanks very much, and see you next time.